What's going on, YouTube? A little bit of mess here in my room. A little bit messy, but anyway, that's not part of our video. But I have some exciting news. I'm going to wait for a few of you guys to tune in. We're going to talk more about gimbals today. I just took a shower, so hair's a little bit wet. But very exciting news. I just got confirmation that the Zhiyun Crane 2 gimbal has been shipped out. It is on its way to me. And you know what that means? That means that you guys are going to get the review that you've been asking me to do for months now. So I'm extremely excited to bring that to the internet. I'm finally excited, so excited to get my hands on the most anticipated gimbal. You know, I haven't been waiting for a gimbal like this ever. It's a unique, very, very unique gimbal. It's the most powerful gimbal in its range. So you have a single-handed gimbal producing 7-pound payload capacity. That's unheard of for a gimbal of its size. And on top of that, you're getting an over 15-hour battery life. Again, unheard of for any gimbal of its size. And on top of that, you're getting a follow focus wheel that unfortunately currently only works with Canon cameras, but they're also coming out with hardware that will work with Sony cameras and eventually firmware that will work with Sony cameras. So that wheel is not going to be just good for Canon cameras, but it's going to be good for Sony and eventually Panasonic as well. So the Zhiyun Crane 2 gimbal, 7-pound payload capacity, magnesium alloy body. This is going to be an incredible, incredible filmmaking tool. And of course, I'm going to compare it to all my other gimbals that I currently have. I didn't sell any of them. I still have every one of them. I have no plans of selling them yet, or at all, actually, because I want to make as much content as possible comparing these gimbals and doing all that good stuff. So the more content I make for you guys, the better you understand how each gimbal functions and the better you spend your money. I want your dollar to work extremely, extremely hard for you. That's why I created this channel, so you guys can be inspired, motivated, and on top of that, be very good investors for your film equipment. Sasho, what's up, man? How you doing? Sasho, Shanmuga, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Hi, I have one doubt. How many types are there in gimbal? Are you asking how many different types of gimbal there are? Because there's quite a few. Currently, I have the Came TV Argo, Fossey Cam, Feiyutech, Zhiyun Crane version 2, Moswa Air. That's already 5, and I also have the Zhiyun Smooth Q, which is an iPhone gimbal, and I gave my brother the ViewFlex S Pro iPhone gimbal. More exciting news: another gimbal company. Well, I'm not gonna say anything about that right now. It's under wraps until I get the new gimbal, but it's a brand new gimbal that's hitting the market. Should be very exciting to test out. It is an iPhone gimbal, so I'm excited to show that to you guys. As soon as it arrives, of course, you guys will be the first ones to know. But I don't want to spoil anything just yet. I can talk about it. I have every legal right to talk about it, but I want to keep you guys on your toes because this is a brand new company as well. It's just as new as Fossey Cam, and they're actually well known for their robotics. They create robotic arms. So that's interesting. So I love the fact that they're transitioning into film equipment. So we can. I want to see how well their robotics, their knowledge of robotics, transitions into filmmaking equipment. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Len says, please check that it works with all Canon DSLRs I have. Which Canon DSLRs do you have? Currently, right now, I think it only supports the Canon 5D Mark III, Canon 5D Mark IV. Those are the only cameras I know of that are being supported by the Crane 2. Can the Smooth Q be used on the GoPro Session? I want something small for my 11-year-old son. Not right now. It does not support any of that. However, their other smartphone gimbal is called the Smooth 3, I believe. That gimbal can support GoPro mounts, if I'm not mistaken. I would double check with the manufacturer. I have the Smooth Q. It's only meant for the iPhone, but the Smooth 3, you should be able to attach GoPros and other mounts to it. Len says, I have 600. I have the 650D, but the documentation says only 5D Mark II, 3, and 4. And it's right. Only those cameras are supported right now with the follow focus wheel. So what's going to happen when this gimbal arrives? So the first thing I'm going to do when this gimbal arrives, of course, I'm going to do the generic unboxing of it. I want to show you guys the details of the quality of the case that it arrives in. All the unboxing videos that I've seen so far about the unboxing, I've been impressed. I like the soft shell case, but it's not too soft. It's extremely well protected. At least that's what I've seen in the videos. I'll be the judge of that because I'll be able to hold it, touch it, caress it, and I'll tell you guys exactly what I think. I love cases. I have a ton of cases for my equipment. I'm obsessed with them. So if I know anything about filmmaking stuff, it's definitely about cases. I know my cases, and I know good quality cases when I see one. So that's going to be the first thing I'm going to be looking at. Is the case portable? Is it durable? Is it practical? Is it a practical case? Like, did they do a good job of designing it? Does it fit the gimbal properly? So those are all the types of things I'm going to be talking about with the case. Just the case itself. Then we're going to open up the case. We're going to take a look at the gimbal, the accessories that it comes with. We're going to talk about all of that. What's going to happen right now, I'm debating whether or not I should separate the unboxing video from the actual review video. I want your guys' opinion on that. Do you like the separation, or do you like the videos to be like together, like unboxing and review all in one video? I want you guys to let me know what you think. Should I have them separated or put together? Lately I've been doing the unboxing and the review together into one video, but I don't know if you guys are liking that more than a separation. So please let me know. Again, I'm doing this for you guys. I want you guys to be happy with the content I produce. So let me know if you want that to be 2 separate videos or 1 combined video. Len says he wants it separately. Okay, awesome. Thank you for the feedback. How about the rest of you? Please let me know. Separate, please. Okay, cool. Together, quick unbox, put that joker to work. Okay, alright, we're getting some mixed feedback here. So what I'm going to do, guys, YouTube just released a new feature called community posts. So now I will be able to post polls and other status updates on my YouTube channel. So if you're subscribed with notifications on, you'll be notified when I update a new status, post a picture, or post a poll. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to post a poll asking you guys what you would rather have me do. Either have a separate unboxing video and a separate review video, or have them combined into one video. And then I will obviously I have to compare it to the Zhiyun Crane version 2. So we're going to have the Crane 2 and the Crane version 2. We're going to have that video. And then after I make that video, we're going to have the Crane 2 versus the Moswa Air, because currently that's the other gimbal I have that can somewhat match it in a way. Not with payload capacity, but when it comes down to ease of use and all that type of stuff. I also want to make a comparison video between the Crane 2 and the Cane TV Argo. Now the Cane TV Argo, Cane TV is not as big as Zhiyun Tech. They make a lot of products though. Cane TV makes a ton of products. I don't know if you guys have heard of them. They're also a Chinese-based company. They make fantastic products. I have a few of their lights. I have a gimbal from them. The quality is exceptional and the prices are very fair. So what I'm going to do, I want to compare the Crane 2 to the Cane TV Argo. The Cane TV Argo is basically like a replica of the DJI Ronin M. So I don't have the Ronin M, but the Cane TV Argo is exactly the same as the Ronin M when it comes down to functionality. Actually, it functions better than the Ronin M. and it's exactly the same form factor as the Ronin M. So I want you guys to take a look at the setup time between the KTV Argo and the Zhiyun Tech Crane 2. So that's going to be a very, very interesting video. And on top of that, I'm going to make another video comparing the footage between the KTV Argo and the Crane 2. So please, guys, let me know what you think. Do you want these videos to be together or separate? You can let me know in the comment section. You can also let me know in the poll that I'll create as soon as I sign off of this live stream. So user feedback is exactly what I want from you guys. I'm doing this stuff for you. Please give me your criticism, your feedback. I want you to be honest with me. What do you want this content to look like? I can only guess. I don't know until I see the feedback for myself. High Select Media says, I like the Mini 2, which is from Cane TV. It's a gimbal. But the payload capacity was too light and poor battery life. The Mini 2, I think, supported 2.5 pounds, if I'm not mistaken, right? The Mini 2, so they upgraded the Mini 2 to the Cane TV Optimus, which is a pretty sick gimbal. Again, it has the same payload. And then they upgraded that Optimus to the Cane TV Prophet, which has the same payload capacity as the Cane TV Argo. So Zhiyun Tech, in my opinion, I feel like has really transformed gimbals for everybody. Of course, we had FreeFly coming out with the Movi M10, and then we had DJI rebuttaling with their own gimbal with the Ronin series. And then we have Cane TV. They came out with their Argo systems, their Cane TV Minis. And then we had Zhiyun Tech that just popped into the market with a single-handed gimbal, single pistol-handed gimbal, and that shocked everybody. They didn't think that that type of technology existed. So ever since Zhiyun Tech came out with their Crane version 1.1, people have been going nuts over gimbals. So Zhiyun Tech, I feel like, was one of the first companies to really have that stepping stone between a dual-handed system and a single-handed system. So, and then after that, we have other companies coming. We have Fossicam, we have Feiyutech, we have Gutson, who makes the Moswa series gimbals. So all of those, competition is extremely, extremely high in the gimbal market and in the filmmaking market in general. But specifically right now, gimbals are being sold more than drones. Think about that. When DJI came out with the Mavic, they were back ordered for months. Now it's all about gimbals, guys. I'm telling you, gimbal, because there's so many rules for drones, so many regulations. Drones, unfortunately, are slowly dying, in my opinion. I haven't touched my Mavic in months. I've been focused on gimbals lately. It's all about gimbals now, because gimbals, I'll tell you why. Gimbals can replace so many different types of filmmaking equipment. They can replace sliders, dollies, cranes, jibs, those are 4 big ones right there. And the glide cam. Those are 5, or steady cam. Those are 5 huge, huge filmmaking tools that can transform your video. So basically, a gimbal like the Zhiyun Tech Crane or the Moswa Air, those types of gimbals can replace 5 very, very expensive filmmaking pieces of filmmaking equipment. Consider it. Gimbals, they may seem a little bit expensive, but in the long run, you're saving thousands of dollars, guys. Len says, so far you're doing a great job. However, the polls is a good idea. Thank you, Len. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm definitely going to start doing those polls. I don't know how YouTube is notifying you of these polls. I think if you're subscribed with notifications on, you get a little notification. I don't know. The last poll got over 85 votes, which is pretty good. I'm happy about that. I don't know how everyone's getting notified about these polls, but if you can let me know, let me know. Sasha says, who are your videos targeted to? People who are already in photography, new people to photography, people who can afford it, because these gimbals cost a shitload of money to me. So I'm targeted to new filmmakers, beginning filmmakers, intermediate filmmakers, any type of filmmaker. Um, when I started the Momentum Productions YouTube channel, yes, I was targeting beginning filmmakers because I was also starting the business. And then as soon as things started picking up and I started learning the trade, learning the industry, I started talking with advanced filmmakers and intermediate filmmakers. So I'm targeted towards anybody who's interested in that field. Yeah, and a lot of ums in my voice today, in my speaking. Got to get rid of that. But yes, gimbals do cost a lot of money, but you gotta think of it this way. As I said earlier, they're replacing 5 different pieces of equipment, 5 very expensive pieces of equipment. So if you invest the money immediately, you're never gonna have to worry about any of that equipment again. A gimbal's gonna last you a lifetime, in my opinion. Gimbals don't really break unless you receive a defective unit. Yeah, gimbals don't break. The only thing that you'll probably have to replace is the battery when it eventually just degrades, but that's not going to be for at least 5 years. So, and the batteries are cheap. So, I don't see the gimbals like breaking. As long as you take care of your equipment, put them back in the cases, you're not going to have any issues with the gimbals breaking. You would probably replace your camera more often than a gimbal, in my opinion. Yeah, so, and on top of that, you're getting cinematic, beautiful quality footage. Stability is incredible. Len just told me the Crane 2 in Australian dollars costs $995. That's a lot. By the way, Len, I'm an Australian citizen. I have an Australian passport, so, and I go to Melbourne where my family is. So if I ever visit Melbourne, I'll let you know. But damn, $9.95 for a Crane 2. That's a lot of money. And I thought the Australian dollar was equal to the American dollar. Something changed maybe in the currency. I haven't been paying attention to it. But the last time I was in Australia, the American dollar and Australian dollar were the same. So I wonder if it's a tax or something else that's going on with that. But $9.95 is a lot of money. Sasha says $8.50 in South Africa. How are you guys coming up getting these prices? Are you going to your local dealer or are you looking at online prices? Are these online prices? Because this is unreal. This is so expensive. This is incredibly expensive. Where I'm at there, it's $7. Actually, I found the Crane 2 for $675 on one dealer, brand new. So wow, I cannot believe it's $300 more, over $300 more in some places. Local dealer. So try looking at Amazon. Try looking at eBay. Amazon. I think there's one company called GearBest. They're selling the Crane 2 for $675. Some price around that. I haven't bought from GearBest yet, so before buying, honestly, you know what, guys? Just wait for my review video. I'm gonna post a link in my description box where you can get the best price for the Crane 2. So just wait for that. GearBest just popped up as an ad on my Facebook saying that the Crane 2 is $675 on their site. So don't believe any of these prices until I come out with a review video, because I research the people or the companies that I post in my description box. So wait for that. Wait for that review to come out, and I'll give you the best place where you can buy the gimbal. Len says, I just bought mine. Len, how do you like your Crane 2? You want to share your experiences with us? I would love to know, because I'm supposed to get mine either late this week or next week sometime. So they just shipped it, I think, yesterday. So I should be getting it within a few days. If not this week, then early next week. But yeah, Len says they sting you for the postage. Yeah, okay, so it's postage. But it should be free postage, because they're shipping it from China. Most of these, yeah, it's shipping from China. Delivery charges are insane to South. I can't believe it's so expensive. It's incredible. China to South Africa is a shorter distance than China to the States, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's a shorter distance, or if not the same. So I wonder why it's more expensive. That's bizarre. So I'm turning off my heater. It's getting hot in here. But yeah, guys, that's very expensive. Maybe you guys should come to LA or America for like a week. Get every single piece of filmmaking equipment you can get for dirt cheap here, and then and then go back home. I've had some relatives do that before. They wanted to buy a MacBook Pro. In Australia, it's like $5,000. In America, it's $3,000. So, I mean, they had the miles, so they could just fly over here, buy the equipment, and fly back. Sasha says, third world problems, dude. Yeah, I feel you. I understand that. Len says, it don't work with my 650D. Didn't know that until after I bought it. It's a bit heavy. Great battery life. Balanced it in 5 minutes. Okay. So, besides it not working with the 650D, what would you want changed on the Crane 2? How's the handle, the ergonomics, the ease of use, the application? Are you happy with the payload, the powers of the motor, the power of the motors? Are you happy? Is it quiet enough? Do you hear the motor squealing at all, or struggling? Like, are you having any issues whatsoever? Is the horizon crooked or straight? Let me know what you think. Are you experiencing any of those sorts of issues? Let me know. Madi, hello, Madi. Hello, what do you prefer, the Ronin M or the Crane 2? I don't have the Crane 2 yet. I'm getting it in a few days. It's been shipped out. So as soon as I get my Crane 2, I will let you know if I prefer that, okay, or the other gimbal, the Ronin M. I don't have the Ronin M. I have the King TV Argo, which is the replica of the Ronin M. Both are Chinese gimbals. Both are made high-quality parts, carbon fiber. So the King TV Argo is actually better than the Ronin M. But yeah, I'll compare the two. Don't worry about it. Benio says, I bought the Crane 1.1 and just wondering, I know it's a long explanation, but is the upgrade to the 2.0 a massive step up? So I don't have the Crane 2 yet. We're talking about the Crane 2 or the Crane version 2? I think you're talking about the Crane 2. But I don't have the Crane 2 yet. It's coming in a few days. It was just shipped. So let's talk about some of the features, a quick comparison between the Crane version 2 and the Crane 2. Crane 2 has almost double the payload capacity of the Crane version 1, or the Crane version 2. Let's just call it the Crane 1. Crane 1 has a payload capacity of 3.9 pounds. Crane 2, 7 pounds. Both have a similar battery life. Crane 2 has a built-in follow focus system, built-in OLED display, so you can see all of the different parameters of the gimbal. You can change motor parameters, you can change follow parameters, motor power, all that good stuff. You can even, there's actually a separate dial where you can control exposure, ISO on your camera with the included connection cable. That's stuff that the Crane 2 could not do. The Crane 1 could not do. So in itself, that's a pretty big step up. But the question is, do you really need all of those features? You have to ask yourself, what kind of camera are you shooting on? If you're shooting on, let's say, Panasonic GH5 with a pancake lens, you probably don't need to upgrade to the Crane 2. The Crane 2 is really meant for somebody who is going to use a lot of accessories. Like for me, for example, I'm getting the Crane 2 with the dual handle system. I'm planning on putting on lights, microphones, monitors on my system. So I need a big beefy setup. I'm going to have cables sticking out of the camera. So I need the motors to be extremely powerful to compensate for that weight. cables are moving around, so I need the motors to be able to compensate for that change of weight. That's something that the Crane 1 would really struggle with the loose cables. So the Crane 2 will handle that perfectly. And I know this for a fact because my Came TV Argo handles cables very, very well, and the motors on that thing are very powerful. Sasha, hope I'm pronouncing that right. Suggest a good entry-level camera for the Crane M. I'm thinking about a GoPro. Honestly, I don't think GoPro is an entry-level camera. It's just a camera for, you know, B-roll shots. It's not an entry-level camera, in my opinion. If you want an entry-level camera, consider getting like a Canon G7X. Get a vlogging camera. Something like that. Maybe a Sony a6300. That would be a good entry-level camera as well. So I wouldn't go to GoPro for an entry-level camera. An entry-level camera is supposed to have features like the ability to change shutter speed, ISO, all those like good features, white balance, right on the dials, right on the buttons of the camera. The GoPro, you're gonna have to go through menus, you're gonna have to go through this, that. You can't attach your own audio equipment, like you can't. There's so much you can't do with a GoPro. GoPros are meant to capture things that are not able to be captured with a bigger camera, like underwater stuff, you know, that type of stuff. On board, like on a suction cup mount on a car, something like that. I mean, a GoPro is not a filmmaking camera for beginners. It's not. It's not something that you want to base your knowledge off of, because if you go on a shoot and you're helping out on a shoot and somebody hands you a DSLR or an SLR camera, you're going to be like, what the hell is this? I've never worked one of these before. So that's why a GoPro is not a good entry-level camera for you. You have to build some sort of knowledge. So my advice to you, get a Sony a6300. It's a little bit more expensive than a GoPro. Okay, I realize that, but save up that money. Save it up. Do not rush the process. Get the Sony a6300. You're going to get the professional features like color profiles, S-Log. You're going to get all that good stuff. You're going to get slow motion. You're going to be able to attach your own lenses to it. So you're going to learn more about lenses, focal length. You're going to learn about distortion. You're going to learn about vignetting, all that good stuff. GoPro will not teach you how to do that, so it is not a good entry-level camera. Len says the rear motor still blocks the view screen. Very quiet, no other issues. Operational is great and smooth, no jerking. Payload excellent. Glad they put the measurement marks so they won balance. So that's the Crane 2. That's Len's input on the Crane 2. Excellent. So the rear motor blocks the view screen. Okay, so I have a gimbal that doesn't block the view screen. It's called the Fossicam FM145. Now, I'll tell you the issue with having a gimbal that doesn't block the screen. The pitch, the roll axis changes. So on the Zhiyun Crane, here's your roll, right? Pretend the roll motor is my face, okay? Now, if we have a slanted roll motor, you're not going to get the same effect. You're not going to get the same roll effect. So I know it's tough to see the viewfinder. I know it's tough to see the LCD monitor, but if you don't want to use an external monitor, you're going to have to find a way to look at the monitor. I've been working with gimbals so long already, years, and I'm including glide cams in this. So I'm used to not looking at the LCD screen. I have enough experience with my lenses and with my cameras that I can do a lot of blind shooting. I every now and then look at my LCD as a reference to the framing, but a lot of the time I don't even pay attention to the LCD. I pay more attention to my movements and what kind of shot I can capture and the talent. And I actually focus more on audio than I do on my camera, because audio is so important. Audio is more difficult. Clean audio is more difficult to capture than video, in my opinion, because so many different things can go wrong with audio. It's nuts. So that's what I'm thinking. Benio says, thank you, I really appreciate that. You're welcome. Len says, you can easily remount after changing lenses. The motors are great. Excellent. Madi says RX100. That's another excellent Sony camera. RX100. In my opinion, that's actually even better than the G7X, but it's also more expensive. RX100. Wait, am I No, RX100. I was confusing that with the RX0, which is a GoPro competitor. I need to review that camera. That RX0 from Sony looks so sick. Oh, man. But I want to get my hands on the GoPro Fusion 360-degree camera. That thing looks incredible. Have you guys seen the GoPro Fusion? Oh my man, it looks fantastic. Oh, it looks so fantastic. So if you guys don't know the GoPro Fusion, Google it immediately and look up the specs and look up the footage that comes out of it. I think it's fantastic. I think it's like 5.4K resolution, something like that. It's pretty damn good, especially for a 360-degree camera. Len says, by the way, I'm a beginner photographer. Man, you got some good gear for a beginner photographer. I'll tell you that right now. I'll tell you that right now. By the way, guys, if you like the content that I'm sharing with you on this channel, please, 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 please share it with your friends and family. Make sure they subscribe. Also, if you're feeling generous tonight, please feel free to throw me a super chat. Super chat's just a small donation. If you press that $ icon below the chat box, you can make any donation that you want. A cent, $1, $10, doesn't really matter how much. As long as you contribute, that would be fantastic. If you can't contribute, please share this channel with your friends and family. I want to get this to be one of the biggest filmmaking communities on YouTube. I know we still got a ways to go. We're almost at 25,000 subscribers, so please, if you can support this channel by either spreading the word or donating, anything helps, and I really greatly appreciate you for that. So thank you very much for those of you who contribute that way. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Are there any more questions, my friends, before we call it a night? I had some good questions today, some good comments. Very happy about it. Is that it? Is everyone done? Is everyone done? Let's answer one more question and then we'll call it a night. How does that sound? Answer one more question. One more. Come on, guys. There's a few of you watching. Len says, I'm done. Good, Len. That means we answered your questions. That's awesome. We talked. Let me get one more question, guys. Come on. I know there's a few of you that can give me a question here or there. I can't be that good. Did I really answer everybody's question here? You guys asked like 50 questions. Come on. Come on. Give me a question. You should put something on Instagram to tag friends to grow. What do you mean? Here, by the way, speaking of Instagram, follow me on Instagram and DM me. Private message me with your questions as well. It's like having my phone number, so you can just DM me anytime you want. Check me out on Instagram. Is that it? Come on, guys. Ask me one more question. Len is asking, flash on during daylight photography, yes or no? It depends on the light, my friend. It depends on the light. A lot of photographers, yes, they definitely use flashes. Simply because it can really neutralize any shadows that might be happening during daylight. Sometimes people with big noses like me, they can actually cast a shadow on their own face if the sun is in one given direction. So what a flash does is it neutralizes that shadow. And it also, the flash also brings out people's eyes. So that's another reason why flashes are very useful. Sasha says, like, share and tag 3 friends to win a photo shoot. Not sure what you have to give away. Okay, yeah, I have a few things to give away. I think I can do something like that. That's a great idea. Mahdi says, talk about Crane M. I don't have the Crane M, my friend, and I haven't really researched it, so I can't really talk about it. But listen, guys, I'm going to call it a night. I have an early start tomorrow. I'm filming a workout video with Rob Riches in Venice Beach, California. So I have to prep for that, and I will call it a night with you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you can donate to this channel, that's fantastic. If not, please share the word. Share the word. Share the word of this channel. Let it be one of the biggest filmmaking channels on YouTube. That's the dream. All right. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk